Here with a BEATBoX SAX Tutorial Volume 2, and this is discussing rings number 2. This is the second thing I'm talking about that. If you didn't see the first, check that one out. That talks a lot about a lot of basics that you'll need to know if you're interested in doing some ring playing with your sax. And in this part, I want to talk about another really important sound I do with the ring and some other rhythms you can do. And then I'm going to do one more on this, one more afterwards about using rings all over the horn. So we talked about hitting the ring on the top for basic quarter notes, eighth notes, things like that. And then we talked about if you wanted to do kind of a double, like the equivalent of double tonguing on the ring, and that's doing a down, up, hitting on the way down and hitting on the way up. And your thumb's just going to fly really wide there. That also is why I like having the thumb hook in more. It's just a little bit easier for me to do the down up when it's short like that. Today I want to talk about a different sound because this ring hitting has kind of replaced a lot of my hi-hat clicking that I used to do, where I used to go. And so I can do this instead while playing notes or singing. And when I'm singing, a lot of times I want to have both a hi-hat sound and a stronger, like, snare sound. So instead of just like tick, 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 I want tick, tick, tack, tick, 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 tack, tick, 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 tack, that backbeat in there. And to do that, you could just hit harder on that backbeat. But I realized I could get just more sound if I did kind of the equivalent of a flam. And on a snare, a flam is when they use two sticks and they hit two sticks and you hit it right after there. Ba-da, ba-da, flam, flam, instead of just da. So it's like you get two, which kind of adds up to be louder. And so with this, I realized not only could I hit here, but I could actually strike it on my way down and then hit the base of this thumb hook. This P.Mauriat 76 has a nice wide bass. And there's my sound. And if you do it fast enough, it just sounds like a louder, a little bit fuller hit. Now it's fairly subtle, and I'm not sure how well the audio is picking up here. But listen to this. See if you can hear a backbeat in this. And so forth. So there it is. I think it works pretty well. Now, yes, that is going to wear down the screw that I hit, and that's another thing that you may have to replace. I actually just replaced my screw in this little teardrop key that kind of holds the screw on. But no problem. It doesn't affect the horn, the bass underneath the horn. It's no problem. Once again, I can replace that. So here's the thing where you want to work on those rhythms, various rhythms. Start simple to complex, and see if you can put that in your playing. And yes, instead, a lot of times I'll go, and I'll just do a backbeat with an open slap or pops. But like I said, sometimes when I'm singing or when I'm playing a certain line, I want to play a note during that instead of those pops, or I want to sing, and that gives me that little louder hit. So I'm going to work on, and this is where listening to paying attention to the drum set in songs and particularly genres of music that you like to listen to, and really listen, what is that drummer doing? Not just listening to the sax, but what is the drummer doing? And so things like that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then the key thing is applying it to the rest of the saxophone playing. So can you do scales? In the last episode we did the G scale, so let's do that G scale again. And we could start with whole notes. Half notes. Quarter notes. Eighth notes. And you can try more and more. Different scales, different tempos. And there we go. So yeah, just with the thumb, I'm getting that percussion. Nothing up here. That was regular saxophone playing. So kind of cool. And like I said before, it gives me some time to sing. So like when I'm playing my song Funny How, and I go, she's afraid of what it say, so she gives up until it fades away. Those hits on beats 2 and 4, I'm doing one of those flams because it's louder versus she's afraid, she's afraid. It's just a little bit quieter. So now you might be noticing I'm also adding those 16ths in there. And that's a cool thing about this, is that anytime I'm doing those 16ths at the beginning or ending or anywhere in between on any of the downbeats, I can also get that flam in there. So I could go just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, flam, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, flam, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, flam, and hit down on that. If you want to see closer. Down, 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 down. Flam, 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 or flam, flam, versus, hope that makes sense. So it just kind of adds a new sound, just another thing we can do there. Now, some other rhythms I mentioned that we could do, a big thing is triplets. How could we do triplets? A couple different ways, and this is just kind of me exploring different movements with the thumb, how it's easiest. Yes, one way I could do triplets would be just be down, up, 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 up, down. Of course, we want to accent every 3. Triplet, 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 trip. However, if I want to get those flams in there, let's say I'm doing a jazz tune, I want triplet, 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 I want to accent like the hi-hat, beats 2 and 4. To do that, I would want to go up first. Triplet, flam up, triplet, flam up, triplet, flam. I could go into lots of details of different rhythms and how to do that, but that's just something you might want to think about is triplet. Or if I want to do the ting, ting, ka-ting, ting, ka-ting with that triplet, I could go up, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And I would do it that way because up, flam, down, up, flam, down, up. That would sound like this. I could do some triplets in there. Okay, so I was getting pretty technical here, but that's cool. Another way you could do a triplet is you can kind of hit into the corner of it. You can hit there, and then you can slide it, and then on the way up. And there's our 3. 1 slide up is 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can go. I need to work on that a little bit. Also, you might notice my rings have a little ribbing there, so I get a little bit of a slide there. Okay, we could talk a lot about that. I don't want to bore you. If you're still with us with this in-detailed ring stuff, congratulations. But yeah, have fun making your own rhythms and just seeing how far you can go doing rhythms with other saxophone things. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time.